Alright, hello everyone. We're going to be breaking down one of the biggest issues that I currently struggle with so we can identify it and do better moving forward. So, in the previous video, we have talked about me not being patient with my entries, and then the following day we were patient and we ended up finding a solid entry. Now, another issue that I've noticed is a reoccurring problem for me is overcomplicating. I find myself trying to for look for in the charts what I think should be my entry, but not actually what the charts are printing. A lot of the times I am looking for something that's just not gonna happen, and I have to be more analytical with what is actually happening in that very moment. I'll give you an example for you. Today I lost $1,000, $1,100 trading NQ today, and I was trying to long. And that just, it's such a, I can go into detail why that was stupid, but for sure, I was looking for an inverse for value gap to long, right? But that wasn't what was happening. We tapped into that 5-minute fair value gap and ended up breaking structure out of it. That should have been my confluence to go short. But instead, I was reluctant to do that because I thought I was right. I had this ego telling me that, oh no, it's gonna go in the opposite direction, it's gonna inverse. You know, we had a liquidity sweep, like it should be going higher. It should be fucking doing whatever it wants to do because it doesn't give a shit about me. You know what I mean? I need to understand that your entries are based off of what the charts are printing, not off of what you want it to print. Let me break down my strategy and what I trade. I trade a liquidity sweep followed up by a 5-minute confirmation, so that's break of structure, inverse for value gap, and 79% extension, so on. Then followed up by a 5-minute continuation confluence. So after we get that sweep and that 5-minute confirmation that that sweep was valid, I wait for a 5-minute continuation confluence. So that being an inverse fair value gap, an equilibrium retracement, and then a rejection higher, you know, something like that. So on the charts today, we got a liquidity sweep off an hourly low, right? And I thought it was going to go higher. Then we get a 5-minute inverse fair value gap, but I didn't take into account there's another fair value gap over that. They're stacked fair value gaps. When you have stacked fair value gaps and one inverses this or it rejects off of it, that's not a sustainable move because it still needs to retrace to the fair value gap above. So when I saw it go to the second fair value gap, the one that was above it, I thought for sure it was gonna go all the way through, but it ended up not. You know what I mean? So that 5-minute continuation confluence is null and void. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And for me, I have this ego telling me that it's gonna print the way that I want it to print. But like I said, the market doesn't give a fuck about you. It doesn't care. It's gonna do whatever it wants to do. Market movers are gonna push it in the direction that it wanted to push it in. I need to identify what the market is doing in that very moment and stop being so reluctant to trading what is given to me. You know what I mean? Because right now I just overcomplicate the shit out of things, and I'm like thinking 4 steps ahead when realistically I should just be thinking, okay, we tapped into a 5-minute fair value gap. What's gonna happen? We're gonna fucking reject lower. News was bearish. You know, market is crashing. You know, we're imposing new tariffs. Like, there's so much confluence for it to be bearish. Why the fuck are you longing? I'll tell you why I'm longing. I'm longing because it's my ego. It's telling me that I think I'm right. It's going to go in this direction. No, motherfucker, it's not going in that direction. It's going in the direction that the market wants it to go in. And I need to be more understanding of where it's going and why it's going in that direction. So moving forward on Monday, right? So we're back down in fucking drawdown. We just got out and now we're back in it. On Monday, we hop back on the charts again. We're gonna probably do a live trading video, or if not, just a recap video. I'm going to make sure that I'm not gonna be reluctant when I see a certain move take place on the charts. I have to be more understanding and understand that, hedge fund managers are going to push price in the direction that they want to push it in. And I got to stop. I have to put my ego aside. I have to put it aside and put all my wins aside and all this confluence in my head telling me it's going to go in the direction that I want it to go in, and really just look over my strategy, right? I have it fucking right here. Read it every single day. I have it written down in words. And while I'm looking at the market, I find myself reading over each individual thing and thinking, okay, let's try and not do that. Let's try and not get that 5-minute continuation. I wanted to do the opposite. What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you trading against your strategy? That is literally what I did today. Instead of respecting that 5-minute retrace, I wanted it to do the opposite and inverse it. What the fuck? Why? I don't... See, it's good that I have these conversations with you and for myself, because this isn't just for me to talk it out and identify the shit that I'm doing wrong. It's for you to see, like, okay, the dude experienced the same shit that I did, and you're not alone when you're doing this. Because, bro, this is fucking hard. Like, this is genuinely one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I don't mean that. Like, I don't mean, like, oh, I'm just losing a lot of money. Like, no. This is, like, extreme personal change that you have to undergo. You need to put your ego aside. You need to fucking have a risk management plan. The amount of discipline that you're getting from this shit is unfathomable. Like, it's unbelievable. The amount of change that you undergo when you actually start trading, for real. So, yeah, it was a tough day. We're back at the drawing board here. And I don't care. You could say I'm a shitty trader. You got it, bro. You can call me that, because you're right. I am fucking unprofitable. My first TikTok video, if you follow it, you will see that I admit I am an unprofitable trader. I fucking know that. You don't think I know that? I've only been doing fundeds for around 3-4 months now, and I've only passed like one account. The other accounts I did, I just ended up fucking blowing right after. But like the one account that I actually passed and was like solid and I was close to getting a payout was like a month ago. So, we're gonna learn from this. We're gonna stop being so egotistical, because I go into the markets thinking I know what price is gonna do, and I'm gonna push the market in the direction I want to push it in, and I'm gonna take the trade that I want to take. Like, no, like if what I want to take, this strategy, if this isn't on the charts, I shouldn't be trading. Because this right here is fucking solid. This is fucking solid. When you actually follow it, it is solid. The trade, like this is such an easy example, right? The trade that I took today, I longed because I wanted it to inverse. That I went against this. If I ended up shorting, this strategy would have held true, because we got the liquidity sweep, right? We got that 5-minute confirmation, because like I said, there's 2 fair value gaps. We tap into one, we go lower. What happens next? We go a little bit higher, tap into the second one, and then we plummet, right? We get that confirmation, that 5-minute retrace, 1-minute break of structure, boom, I short. Where to? Previous lows. That trade would have fucking hit. But instead, when we get to that second fair value gap, I enter because I think it's going to go through it. I am not following this then. I'm not following it. I'm just doing what I want to do. So, I'm being honest with you. Like, this is legit. I'm not lying. I'm not fucking around and telling you guys what you want to hear. This is genuinely what I'm going through. The shit that I'm doing. I can fucking not make these videos and just sit to myself and do whatever the fuck I want. But I genuinely know I'm going to make it doing this. I don't know if it's going to be this month or next month or a fucking year from now. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do it as long as I'm consistent with what I'm trying to follow. And that's my strategy, my risk management plan. So, again, stay along with the journey. See the shit I'm going through. I'm not going to say compare yourself to me. Like, you don't have to do the same shit I want to do. I just want to show you, like, this is legit. Like, I'm not fucking around. Like, this is genuinely the problems I'm facing, and I know it's the problems that you're facing if you're also unprofitable. I know 100% that you're experiencing the same exact shit, because every profitable trader you know had to experience failure at some point. And if they said they didn't, they're lying to your face. They're literally lying. They're in a signal group, or they pay $3,000 a month for some Discord that tells them when to enter. So, it is what it is. We took a loss today. I think we're down like 900 now back on this fucking eval. So hopefully Monday's good. I'm pretty confident that market's gonna crash quite soon because of these tariffs and us printing more money. We are just destroying the cost of our US dollar, and it just makes everything else less affordable because our dollar's worthless. So markets are going to crash pretty soon. I'm probably going to end up shorting all of next week. If I do end up longing, better be an A plus setup. So that's all for today, and I will see you guys at the next one. Peace.